right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm super
Hi.
excited to be on here. All right. So, welcome everybody to our Black Friday event, A Night with Spirit. And this is going to be filled with just spiritual connection, messages, and healing today. So, we are really excited that you're going to spend the next 90 minutes here with us. And for those of you who don't, Heather, I don't know if you shared this on your Facebook page or not. Did you?
I'm going to do that right now.
Okay. All right. So then people be watching that then. But just in case you're watching from Heather's page or another page, whatever that may be, if you're new here, my name's Isabelle. I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual teacher. And joining me today is Heather and Jess. They are also both very incredible psychic mediums. You might remember Jess from my last live that I did, the Halloween special. She was live with me. And then this is my first time having Heather on here, but you might remember her from my podcast episode where we talked about Reiki and all that fun stuff. So I want to go through how things are going to be going throughout the night. We have this awesome little schedule. So as we're waiting for people to hop on here, I am going to go ahead and do a collective reading. Just if there's any messages that Spirit wants you to know right now, I'm going to go ahead and share that. And then followed by Heather and Jess are going to do a quick little collective Reiki session with you to kind of just relax you and get you prepared into the next portion of our live, which is going to be the mediumship portion, mediumship and psychic readings. We're going to first start with mediumship, then we're going to move into psychic towards the end. But the most important thing that I think, and why I'm happy that we're going to be doing Reiki in this little in between half here before we get into the readings, is because it's so important with mediumship for us to all be relaxed, not just us as the mediums, but also you, the viewers, the listeners, the people watching who want that connection also with your loved ones in spirit, because it really just helps with the energy and that connection. So, yes, and after that, we're going to go ahead and do the mediumship and the psychic readings, and then we're going to close out with another little closing Reiki session to kind of just integrate, ground you guys before we let you guys off. All right, sound good, everybody?
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
All right. Yeah. All right. So let me go ahead. I'm going to start with the collective reading. It's awesome to see all of you on here. Go ahead and like the live if you haven't already. Go ahead and share it if you would like. And yeah, let's go ahead. All right. We have the victory and success card that came out. I'm going to pull two more cards here. And how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did it go well? Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. All righty. Solar plexus chakra. And let's get this one. All right, and we got material and spiritual prosperity. All righty. And just a forewarning, I do have a little bit of a cold and I have a cough. So if you keep seeing me sip the tea or I take a long pause, not a long pause, the pause in between, I'm probably trying not to hack up a lung. So, all right. So we got the victory and success card. We have the solar plexus card, and we have the material and spiritual prosperity card that came out. Now, when I'm looking at this victory and success card here, let me go ahead so you guys can see my card better. I'm going to take the front and center here. Hold on. All right. So what I'm looking at here is the darkness that's here. This makes me feel that you are possibly coming out of somewhat of, I don't want to say necessarily a hardship, but kind of like turbulent times. Like it just seems like it's just like minor frustrations or something, kind of like you're wanting things to kind of work out and things aren't working out. But I feel like you're coming out of that. And this is very much like these purple border cards are pretty much like a spiritual base card. So I feel like this is also spirit saying like, hey, we're on your side, we're here, we're supporting you. And when it comes to the solar plexus chakra, I feel like what spirit wants you to, and this is if you're familiar with the solar plexus chakra, this is like your area of self-confidence, courage, willpower, things like that. So what I feel like what spirit would like you to embody is not only to heal that area, but to embody the maybe work on like limiting self-beliefs and your self-confidence, knowing that you can achieve what you put your mind to. Because I feel like with this turbulent time, whatever this darkness was, like stepping out of that, like you're realizing that, you know, you're worth so much more, you're capable of so much more, but you might have had like that like limiting self-belief, that self-doubt that's kind of lingering. When it comes to the material and spiritual prosperity card, I feel like this is saying about looking at like the bigger picture here, that even whatever this like hardship, if this is like resonating with you guys for the collective, if you were going through this hardship and you're like kind of getting out of it, it's like looking at what you already have and being grateful for that. Like we are in the season of gratitude, aren't we? So it's about being grateful for everything that you have achieved, everything that you have strived for, everything that you have accomplished already and stuff, and giving yourself that credit, because I feel like that's really important. Spirit's also bringing my attention to when you show that gratitude for, you know, like what you're grateful for and stuff, and you let spirit know, they'll bring you more opportunities, they'll bring you more of, you know, what you're wanting, what you're looking for. The other thing that I'm paying attention to is the 2 6s here, and then we have a 3, and of course, if you reduce the 6s, it's 3 as well. So maybe look out for the numbers 333, the angel number. And also there's a lot of sun. If you think about the solar plexus, that reminds me of the sun. There's sun here, and then there's a sun right there. This is very much giving me like Leo energy. So that could be, unless you have like Leo in your like 3 main, like your sun, moon, or rising, I feel that this could also be meaning to embody that Leo energy, that fiery energy, that go-getter energy, and having that courage and that bravery to go and achieve what you want to achieve. So I hope that that resonated for some of you. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if that did. And I'm going to go ahead. Let me get us all back on stage here. Alrighty.
That was
And
beautiful.
thank
Very great
you.
message.
Thank you. I see that we have some comments here. I'm sorry that I'm getting late looking at the comments. I wasn't on the comment section. Hello, everybody. Hi, Latarsha. How are you? You almost forgot. Well, I'm happy you didn't. It's been forever since I've seen you or heard from you, or you've been on one of my lives, I feel like. So welcome. Angel, hello. Marie, hello. Allison, hello. Good evening. We have Sheila. Yes, yes. Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm happy that you're all on here. Alrighty. So Jess and Heather, if you would like to take the lead for
Yes.
the Reiki session, let me
All
go ahead.
right. And just thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out with us on your Friday. I hope everybody had a great holiday yesterday if you celebrate it. So I'm going to set an intention just to get everybody grounded and just get everybody relaxed. And we're going to send some healing to whatever you need. Spirit is so incredibly smart and will send the energy to whatever you personally need for you. So if you just want to, if you can, put your feet on the floor, and you can close your eyes if you want. And we're going to imagine a light coming from the bottom of your feet. And it's going to move down into the ground, go deep in the earth. Going to keep going, going. And we want to reach that core of the earth. And you want that light of yours to wrap around that core. Just sit with that for a moment. Now you're going to imagine that energy pulling its way back up through that cord. And we're going to bring that energy up through the bottom of your feet. We're going to move that up into your calves, through your knees, Bring it right into your hips, and that's where we're going to connect to your root chakra. I want you to imagine the color red. You can make this a beautiful bright color red, or you can imagine it more of a dark red with hints of brown for that real grounding, secure energy. We're just going to ask for this energy to be cleansed and strengthened and balanced. I do feel and am aware that somebody is having some hip issues here. I feel like that extra support is really needed right now. All right, now we're going to move that beautiful energy, and we're going to move it up right below the belly button. It's your sacral chakra. We're going to imagine the color orange, beautiful, bright, just joyful, creative energy. We're going to move that energy around. We're bringing more creation, more childlike wonder into all of our lives. More play, more fun, more excitement. We're going to move that energy up the spine a little bit more into the center of your abdomen, your stomach area. That solar plexus, that courage, that strength. And that is a bright color yellow. So we're going to bring some extra energy and healing into that. Bring some strength. Where have you been giving your power away? Take it back. Bring it back to yourself. What have you been wanting to do lately that you're just too nervous or scared to do? Let's bring some power back to yourself. Give you that courage and strength. We're going to bring that energy up to the heart. With the heart, you can imagine either green or pink. You know, the heart chakra is all about love, just so much love. Think of something that brings you so much joy, the moments that just take your breath away. Also, that self-love. That's a big one. We could all use a little extra of that. We're going to bring that energy up to the throat. There's lots of clearing that we usually need to do in the throat center. You know, we try not to step on toes. We try to hide ourselves for fear of being seen, judged, for fear of confrontations. And this is a good reminder right after the holidays, you know, got to clear that energy. You know, there's some stuck and stagnant energy there. We're going to get that gorgeous blue, bright energy going back to the throat. All right, and let's move that energy up to the third eye, right between the brows. It's a beautiful indigo. We're going to move this energy, our intuition, the inner knowing. You know, we tend to self-doubt. We have self-doubt that we need to remove because we're all born with intuition and connection. We need to bring power back to ourselves. We're going to move to that last chakra. We're going to go straight to the crown, the top of the head, beautiful purple. That is our connection with Source. We are all so powerful. We're just going to balance that and open that. Send some extra energy. All right, now that we got that, we want to connect all those energies back down and up and down and up. They're all recentered, refocused. The energy is going to continue to go to you for as long as you need it. We will continue sending this energy from our guides, from Source. And with that, thank you.
That was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, awesome. Yay.
It's my first
I love
time
that.
doing it on live.
Woo! Milestones. All righty. We got another comment on here. Hi, beautiful ladies. My name's Angel. Tuning into the healing energy and the wisdom. Can I ask about someone named Robert and if you can help me understand the dynamic and what you see coming up for us? We're about to get into mediumship readings, which is connecting to people's loved ones on the other side, but we will be doing psychic readings and card readings then after the mediumship, which will be in the second half. So we'll definitely, just so I don't forget, I'll write your name down. And we won't forget you. All right. So.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the mediumship portion. I'm super excited. I'll be doing spirit-led mediumship here. So this is just connecting and see what spirit's energy is really coming through. And I'm going to be sharing that information with you. And then you, in the comments, you can go ahead and just let me know if that's resonating, if you can take that information. Give me a little bit of context of what information you can take so I know what you're validating for me, or for all of us, actually. And yeah, hi Nicole, how are you? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect real quick. I will kind of talk you guys through my process and stuff so you're not just awkwardly like sitting there watching me close my eyes and breathe, right? So alrighty, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple deep breaths here. Center my energy. And now I'm just going to expand my energy out and see what energies we have coming in. Set that intention to connect with one of your loved ones on the other side. So, all right. So I am getting I'm getting a female, and let me take that off. She was making me feel like really warm around my ears. So I feel like there being some type of, I want to say a hearing impairment almost, that's bringing my attention to. Let me write this down. Woman. a minute. Okay, let me feel into this a little bit more. So she's definitely giving me the older, like, you know, energy. So I want to say, like, we're hovering around, I would say, like 65 and over. And she's also giving me like an M name. And sometimes I can kind of struggle with names, though. I want to say Mary or Marie. It's like a M name. But keep in mind, this could be a first name. She could also be giving me a middle name too. All right. And she's showing me, and this is like a metaphorical thing, I feel like. She's showing me, she's like, I wore many hats. So she's like proudly taking the title of, like, you know, I may not have just been a grandmother, but I was also a mom and I was also a wife. And she's giving me chills right now. She makes me feel like the husband would have passed before her. And let me see if she can give me more about her personality. So she gives me this very genuine feeling. I'm almost feeling that this is kind of like, I don't know if humanitarian is the right word. Nicole, you said Millie. Okay. Millie, your grand just passed away. Okay, this might be her. Let's see what other information that we have come out. So when I feel into, now when it comes to this humanitarian, like doing things for other people, I feel like maybe being like a service-oriented people, like she definitely lived like a long life with a lot of experiences, but she makes me feel like this was definitely in her younger years where it was a lot of like service-oriented things, doing things for other people. I feel like she was very well liked in the community, very well known. She's bringing me to this significance of September as well. She's giving me the chills here, so this makes me feel like this could have been like, I want to say passing. I'm almost like stopping myself from just saying that because I'm not like 100% like, is that what it is? But the significance of September. Okay, Nicole, you said, okay, she was almost 102. Oh my gosh.
My gosh.
Yes, in her younger years. That's when she got sick, was in September. Okay. All right. Thank you, Nicole.
She said she was a medium.
She was a medium too. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so she's like, I know how to communicate. All right. That's cool. And now I don't know how, like, she's almost giving me this like floral looking shirt that she's showing me. Would that have any significance in a way? You said that she was your first mentor. You were very close. That is awesome. She's always with you. Yeah. Yeah, she comes through very strong. And would you understand there being like some type of breathing? It doesn't feel like this is actually like a lung related like illness, but I feel like as things like as the sickness progressed, there was like a breathing issue here, like, you know, having trouble like with, I don't know if she had like the nasal cannulas in. Would you understand that? She didn't like flowers much, but I got a ton for her funeral. Okay. Very fast. Yes, at the end. Okay, so she did have that. Okay. Thank you for validating that for me. And would she have been on hospice? Oh my God, I fought the nurse to take them off. You were her proxy. Okay. So she's showing me like people around her. You said yes. Okay. Yes. So she was on hospice and she kept fighting them. Yeah, that's always, I feel like I have a lot of like relatives like that too. It's like when they were like at the hospital, they would like fight to like, you know, not do the thing that they wanted, the doctors wanted them to do, whatever that be, like medication or the nasal things. That was huge. Yes, we all gathered. I never left her side. I love that. Yeah, because she's definitely like showing me like people gathered around. There was a lot of love there. Like she's really making my heart space feel very like kind of like overflowing. And let me see what else is coming through. Very random, but she's showing me corn. This doesn't necessarily have to be a favorite food. This could be representative of a cornfield or something like that. Would you understand being close to one? Let me see the comments. You were with her when she passed, but you were alone. Okay. But the room was filled with others from the other side. That's awesome. I'm going to see if she can bring through some messages too.
That was the last thing she ate was the corn.
That was the last thing she ate. Oh, I love that.
She must have liked it.
Yeah. Oh. So she's telling me, and I feel like, you know, for you, Nicole, and like I know that you study mediumship too, so it's like, you know, I don't need to tell you twice, but like the message that she's feeling that she wants to say is like, you know, like I wasn't afraid. Like she's saying that there was like no fear when it came to like, you know, crossing over. The amount of love that she felt, and I feel like there was she's kind of like making me feel like when it got close to that time, like it's like I feel like she wasn't necessarily like with it, but like I'm almost like seeing her, like it's almost like looking around like the room and being able to see, like you said, there's like people from the other side that are there like ready to greet you on the other side and bring you over. But like I feel like she could like see all of them, like almost like visibly see all of them, and that she's probably like just kind of like looking there. But she was like, I felt very comfortable. And you know, going over, it's like, you know, there was no fear. Like it's so beautiful. You say that she was ready. Yeah. I miss her so much. We were best friends. She's definitely, she taught me to come into my power. That's awesome. She sounds like a good role model, such a good mentor. But yeah, she's definitely just like letting you know, like there was no fear. Like she was embracing it. Like you said, that she was ready. And she's just sending you so much love. And I feel that she's giving me, she's like, there's nothing that I can say that you don't already know. It's like the message that she's like giving you. And I feel like that's why you feel her presence with you all the time, because you know that she's there. I said, I'm so glad she wanted to come home. but it was a lot medically. Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I used to actually work at a nursing home. There were so many people that wanted to like come home, but it was like too much for the people to like, keep up with that. So I totally understand that. But alrighty. I'm gonna thank her for coming through. And all right.
Great job.
Just yeah,
That was
thank you.
beautiful. What a
Corn.
beautiful
you.
message. And you brought some laughter with that corn. That was cute.
Yeah, the corn.
That was very sweet. Beautiful message, Isabelle.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
All
right. So I'm up.
Yeah, let me switch you over. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take a moment to connect. All right. I am also feeling a grandmother energy. And right away, she's interestingly bringing my attention to her legs and the fact that she would be known for always wearing pantyhose, like stockings. Like she would have pantyhose on all the time. That would be significant with her. And orthopedic like sandals. I'm seeing them being specifically the white sandals that are orthopedic and strappy. But this energy is just, she might be a grandma, but she feels closer in relation than that. She just feels like she would definitely be a significant female figure for you. I am aware that she would have had darker hair, and I feel like she would have had it come about to her shoulders most of the time. And I see her in a little apron. She enjoys being in the kitchen. She enjoys being a homemaker, just really taking care of the people around her. Because I think that was really her personality, was just to take care of everybody. And she did it without ever expecting anything from anybody or even a second thought. It's just who she was, is just this huge, beautiful heart. So let's see if anybody recognizes her yet.
Yep, if it's sounding like one of your loved ones, just let us know in the comments.
I'll keep going.
Mhm.
She's drawing my attention to like a little travel trailer. But I feel like this would be you. Marie says it sounds like it could be a former neighbor. She was like a grandma to you. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
She was drawing my attention to like a travel trailer, but I felt like this travel trailer would be connected with you and just acknowledging your love of being out and doing things and exploring. Because I feel like there's just this, you got to move. Like, I just feel this energy. She's like really supportive of this. She's like, get out and experience things, try new things. Let me know if that resonates. I feel like you would actually have made some recipes with her, because she's showing me in the kitchen with children and actually showing them how to do things, like how to bake, how to make things. She had such an active role in what she did. Marie, would the travel trailer connect with you? Would that make sense? I feel like kids would come over to play with her dog also. It's very cute.
She says she taught me how to bake, and I make her cake once in a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful. We ended up with her dog. Okay. There's the dog. Okay. So funny. I feel like she's acknowledging your children. I feel like she's saying that she wasn't around to see one of the children. Would that make sense to you? Did she pass before one of the children? Because there's this feeling of her like watching over a child. It's a strong sense that I get with her. She passed when you were a teen, right before I moved away. Okay. She's showing me, I'm not aware of how many children you have, but I'm being made aware of a female child that would be like in a crib, very young. But there's almost like the baby was looking at something. You could tell that the baby was seeing something. And that was, you know, that was her just being around. I feel like her energy visits you quite a bit still. And I'm getting, she's showing me a rainbow, but with this rainbow, it's like there's a pot of gold at the end. And I think that's part of a message that she's trying to bring through for you. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a, I don't feel like it's a huge situation right now, but I feel like it's kind of this arc that's kind of like, kind of got to walk through, kind of got to go through. And then you're going to get to this point, and I feel like there's something 4 months from now she's bringing my attention to, where it's like something's going to turn around and it's going to be really good. Like there's this beautiful energy, like this pot of gold. I almost feel like this is a house situation. I don't know if you've been thinking about moving houses or just like toying with the idea or thinking of, you know, yeah, life is lifing right now. Yes, for us all. I feel ya. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with the house situation. It's like toying with the idea of possibly moving or just something along those lines. But I do feel like things are going to get better. You know, just keep going through it. And she's that little rainbow for you, and she's always watching you. So I'm going to leave her love with you. Thank you for letting me work with you.
That was really
awesome.
good, Jess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I need a pot of gold at the end of my rainbow.
Same.
Stay for life, right? All right, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see who steps forward. Just give me a second. I was actually telling the girls before we started that I had a woman who was already trying to come forward, and I feel like she's right in front of me. So I can't get past this. I have to connect. I feel like I have a mom here. The way that she's making me feel is I feel like this person would have passed before their time. Like I really feel in like the 60s range. And she would have just absolutely adored her daughter. The way that the energy comes through, it's like, I feel like potentially you were either an only child or you were her only daughter. And there would have been such a close relationship between the two of you. And it is kind of giving me like, this is pretty specific, but I feel like there's like this Italian vibe. It feels like I came from overseas and I came across. And I would have been shorter in stature. And I almost feel like the hair would have been lighter. Almost short. Yeah. She would have curled her hair. I feel like she's really drawing me into like I would have wore like gold jewelry. I've got rings on. I've got earrings. I absolutely adored my family. I was a homemaker. Family was everything to me. I feel like this person would have had a garden in their backyard, and they more than likely would have made their own food, sauces. It was very important to them. Can anyone take that? It's so funny. I literally just heard like the Jeopardy, like the do do do. I don't know if this person liked Jeopardy or maybe it's important to the person that this message is for.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you can take any of that. Also, I think it was last time we had like an unclaimed spirit, so it's like people watching the replay can also connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really get the feeling too that this lovely lady would have passed of bowel cancer. And I feel like her spouse has preceded her. I feel like the spouse is still living. I feel like this lady that I'm communicating with, she would have passed within the last year. Let me see if I can get a message, because if this is for someone who's watching the replay, I'm going to go into the message and feel like the message that I'm getting here is that life is, it's not just, you know, doing something and then getting the end goal. It's enjoying the journey, the moments in between, and not rushing to the finish line, and allowing yourself to fully embrace life and remember to be playful and not, and I know it can be hard, especially with the world we live in, to not be so serious, but there is a need to kind of go back into that joyful playfulness energy, and to not get deterred by the challenges that arise. They truly make us who we really are. And I feel like this person is, they've gone through a lot. And I feel like this mom just wants to express that I'm always here, I'm always watching. Our love is, our bond is eternal.
Do you want to recap your description of this woman real quick? Because we just had somebody hop on and say hello. So just in
Julie.
case.
Hi, Julie.
Yeah. Hi, Julie.
So what I was getting was a lady who would have passed in her 60s. She would have passed before her time. I really got like a really strong Italian vibe. I feel like this person would have passed of some form of cancer in the abdomen, specifically bowel cancer. I really feel like you were an only child, or you would have been the only daughter, because I feel like there's such a strong connection between the two. This person would have had a garden. They would have made their own food. They would have taken pride in caring for their family. And I feel like their spouse still proceeds. Their spouse is still here. And just a message about enjoying the journey, and that life happens in the in-betweens. It's not about rushing to the finish line. And that love is eternal. And this person just wants to express such gratitude and such love for the relationship and the bond that they had with you. It's really quite beautiful energy, actually. I hope I got everything.
I love that. I do that too whenever I'm like trying to recap and then I forget like the things that I like literally just said. But I love that. And again, I'll let people know when you started, and I'll just let them know that we might have like an unclaimed spirit here. They'll watch the replay, skip to that part, and then listen to that. Because that's what happened the last time. I was like, okay, like nobody's like resonating with this person. Like, who is this? But I know I had someone. And then during the replay, they were like, oh my gosh, like so definitely you had some really good specifics, Heather.
Yeah,
really good specifics.
Thank you.
Great evidence and beautiful message.
Yeah. All righty, let me go ahead and reconnect here. So I'm getting another female that's coming through here. This one does feel, so she's making me feel like she was a teacher. First off, I want to start there, or that she taught something. Like I feel there's a huge aspect around teaching, but she's not necessarily giving me like an age. She was like super elderly or anything. I still feel like she was pretty much like active and like mobile. And the personality that she's giving me, it feels a little bit on the, I don't want to say like the serious side, but she just seems a little stern. I don't know if she was military either. So there's this feeling that it's with the sternness, it almost feels like it's like, I don't want to say stubborn, but like she liked things to be very particular. She liked things to be done a certain way. She didn't like clutter. She didn't like messes. So if you would walk into her house, like things were very organized and neat. What else? What else? Let me know if that's resonating with anybody in the comments. Hi, Debbie. And she's showing me these like black boots. They almost kind of remind me of, it almost kind of reminds me of like rain boots in a way, but, and I feel like she would have had these like sitting in our house. I feel like that they were something that she wore. I feel like it's kind of like more of like if I'm going outside to do something or to like to get dirty or like walk around in dirt or something, like she was a gardener or something, like she'd wear these boots or something outside. Again, let me know if anybody can take that information. Let me see if she can give me more information, memories, or anything to. So she's giving me, she's showing me the color blue right now. And to me, what I associate with blue is, it's kind of like this feeling of like tranquility and like safety almost, of like being around this individual. So there would definitely have been like this sense of safety when you were around this individual, that you would have felt very safe. And then also with her communication, because blue is making me think of the throat chakra area too. I don't think that she had any problem holding back what she wanted to say. I feel like if she had something on her mind, that she was going to say it. She was going to get it off her chest. And what else can you show me? I don't feel like this was necessarily grandmother energy though. I kind of feel like this is I want to say aunt, like an aunt-like energy, if anybody can take that. But I feel like as you were younger, that she would have like watched you or something, because she's kind of showing me like, it's kind of like, she's kind of like bringing me back. It reminds me of like the 90s. But like she would just turn on the TV and like just like put on cartoons for you or something while she was like, up doing some other things like around the house, taking care of responsibilities, things like that. And she's showing me like the old cartoons, like Bugs Bunny, like Daffy, not Daffy. Was it Daffy? Yeah, it was Daffy. Yeah. Like those older style cartoons that she was like putting on. If any of you have like a memory with someone when you were younger that you would have been like watching those cartoons with this individual, again, it's a female. She has something to do with like teaching in a way. I'm getting like the strong teacher energy. She wasn't too old, I feel like, when she passed. Let me see if she'll give me any information about her passing. I don't know. I'm getting like something. It feels like it's like shooting up here. So I'm not sure if this is stroke. Could be a stroke. Could be. I want to say something with like a blockage. Can anybody take that? Let me know. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the message of what she wants to say. Also, another random symbol that she's showing me is like the little white like clover flowers. as well. Everybody like considers them a weed, but she's like showing me as this being like something. Maybe there's like the name clover being a significance here too. What messages do you have? What do you want to share? So the message that she's bringing to me, to whoever that she wants to give this message to, is to, she's almost making me feel like standing your ground. I feel like this is very much her personality coming through, of like kind of seeing you. And it's almost like, I don't want to say that like you let people like walk over you in a way, but she's making me feel like there's people that kind of like take advantage of the niceness, if that makes sense. So I feel like she's really talking about like having stronger boundaries, standing your ground, actually saying no. Because I feel like the energy that she's giving me, that she's like kind of portraying onto whoever this is meant for, she's portraying this as almost like they're like a yes person. Like they say like yes, even if they don't want to say yes. Almost like a people pleasing thing. I'm trying not to call anybody out, but she's really putting that forth of like, hold your boundaries down. It's about like kind of like protecting. She's kind of like showing me like, protect your energy. Like you're extending it out too much, which can be very draining. And then have that time, that energy and everything that you're doing for everything, like everybody else, like say no once in a while and like have that energy for yourself and do something for yourself. Cause I feel like there's a little bit of like, you know, maybe that like self-love or like, you know, self-care that you might be lacking because you're worried about everybody else. So that's the message. I will let people know that there's an unclaimed spirit. I hope that that resonates with somebody. But yeah, thank you. And thank the spirit for coming through.
That was
All right.
awesome. Great
Thank
message
you.
and evidence.
Mhm.
I'm sure somebody will pick them up. All right. So as I've been sitting here, I felt a grandfather energy coming in pretty strong. So let me sit with him for a second. All right. I know that this man would have lived to quite an older age. He makes me feel into his 90s, like early 90s. I'm getting 92. I feel he was quite fragile and frail towards the end. I see him being very slim, slender. I see him in a wheelchair. I do believe he wore glasses. He did serve in the military. I feel that very strongly with him. And he had a great pride with this for serving. It's something that would have been very strong with him, that I even see him wearing, like, you know, the veteran hats. I feel like his wife would have passed before him. He's making me aware of that. And I feel he got a little bit, a little grumpier in his old age, maybe. He's kind of just, I just see him sitting in his wheelchair and he's kind of like, I can't hear, like, you know, just kind of maybe a little short with it. I'm also getting the initial J. I don't know if that would be connected to his name or it would represent somebody in the family. But there's a significant J name. And anybody claim him so far? We might be going 3 for 3, girls.
I know, right? What's going on?
Let's see here. See what else he brings. He's also making me aware of the car. It would have been like an 80s car. It would be the Trans Am. I feel like he had a sports car. I feel like this would have been like in his 40s. He would have bought this vehicle. I'm seeing it to be like kind of a goldish, brownish color. I could be off on the type of car, but there's definitely a strong significance of him buying this like midlife crisis vehicle for himself. It would be this funny memory. He just brought the phrase to me, luck of the Irish. So I feel like there's a family Irish connection in there. And then he's bringing me back to the military again. He's like, I had that luck of the Irish. Like, I feel like he actually got out of some hairy situations while he was in there. There would be some war stories, you know, that he would tell. I feel like he also would have been, I don't remember what they call him. Is it a paratrooper when they jump out of the planes with the parachute? I think that's what it is. Because I do see him jumping out of the plane. So I guess I'll just move into his message. He's wanting to remind this person that you come from strong, hardy stock, and nothing that's put in front of you is going to keep you down. Like, you may be going through struggles right now, but, you know, just reminder of that strength and courage that you have within. And he's also wanting to remind that it's not always the things that are going on, it's also how we look at things. So just try flipping the situation. Be like, okay, this is happening, but what is this trying to teach me? What can I take away from this? How can I move through this in a more like flow state instead of getting stuck in this energy and feeling, because I'm getting strongly that feeling of you feeling stuck in this right now. And he just wants to, you know, move you forward and get you out of that. So definitely just that reminder, you're from strong stock and to keep going and you're going to get through it. So hopefully he finds his person after this.
I love that. Strong stock.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully we can get someone here for me.
Yeah.
We're going to be 4 for 4. No pressure holding up the rear, you know. Maybe
Okay.
I should have gone.
People are out getting their TVs at Walmart right now.
I know, right? It's a big deal.
Oh, I swear I got like 1,000 emails today. They just kept coming, right? Everything's on sale. I'm like, no, not buying anything. Hey, Jessie.
Hey, Jessie.
Okay. Just give me a moment here. I feel like this is a lady, and this person would have lived a very, very long lifetime. And she comes through with that energy of, it's like strong and mighty. I always love when they show me this too. Such a robust energy. Like I went through so much, but I like never let it stop me. And this person would have been pretty petite in stature. And I just keep being drawn into her hair, and it is like so white. It's almost like snow. And she's got glasses on. And she's really drawing me into the way that she's dressed. Like I feel like she's wearing, so I almost want to say a tweed blazer. With a shirt, and it's tucked into like a pencil skirt. And it almost kind of comes across like a teacher, or I would have been like a principal. Like it comes through with like academia vibes. I feel like this person would have been very well educated. Not just book smart, they would have been street smart, life smart. And I feel like she just literally just said to me, even though she passed, and like we're going up like into the 90s, like maybe even the hundreds. It's like I always had my wits about me. I feel like she was very intellectual. And I feel like she would have lived a fairly healthy life. And her manner of passing would have been from old age. And she comes from a large family. Like I'm seeing generations. I feel like she would have used the phrase like, yes, dearie. Because I literally just asked her to merge better with me. And she was like, okay, dear. It's really interesting. She just told me, she said, tell them I was on TV. So I feel like she would have, not as like an actress in a show, but I feel like she would have been on TV at some point in some show. It's like a defining, highlighting moment for her. No one can take this? Anyone?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Well, thanks for the heart, Debbie. Thank you. I feel like whatever TV show she was on, it would have had to do with like some form of like trivia or academia. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I'm just seeing no one can take this. Beautiful readings. Thank you, Amelia. You guys are doing great. Thank you. feel like the message that this person wants to convey is about really following your own path and not allowing the opinions or what society thinks, and really trusting in your path forward, even if you can't fully see the path unfolding in front of you, and following those little hints from spirit. Because I feel like whoever this is for, I feel like they're very intuitive, they're very tapped in. I feel like sometimes they question, we all question ourselves, but I feel like they're showing me like those little lights along the path. And it's sometimes you can't always see what's ahead, but there's a message here to trust even when we can't see what's coming. And I know that can be scary at times. But there's a message about trusting your own inner guidance, your own inner compass, and really following that and really staying true to what it is that you want, not what anyone else wants. And that no is a complete sentence. And really going after what it is that you're passionate about. No one needs to understand it. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. And I feel like this person's going to know that, because it almost feels like I'm seeing like a divide, like a crossroads where like you're standing, you can go either left or right. And I feel like this person, whoever this message is for, is going to know like you've already made the choice, but you're still kind of, but it's because of outside influence. Do what's best for you. Follow your heart. Thank you, Julie. Whew. Okay.
All righty. Yeah. You know, I'm surprised. That was like 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Like, I can't believe that never happens. But that's cool, though. I think that we'll definitely have some people watch the replay and be able to resonate. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into intuitive card readings and psychic readings here in a minute. So go ahead. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and put that in the comments, whether you just want to know what your guides want you to know right now, or if you have any type of specific question. The only thing I do want to say, not that I'm trying to be a stickler or anything, try to refrain from saying, like, asking just the yes and no questions. We like it when there's open-ended questions. You can get a lot more information that way. Let's see what some of you are saying. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Debbie. And thank you, Debbie, for all the love. I see all the hearts that you put up there. Mm-hmm. You're awesome. Latarsha, thank you. Robert, you said, do I have the Fairy Tarot Oracle deck? I do not, but I have the Psychic Tarot Oracle card deck from John Holland. That's my favorite deck. Nicole says, I'm loving the energy. Energy is amazing. All of you ladies are doing great. These will resonate on replay. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what's funny, Isabelle, is like I pulled out that exact same deck.
Did you?
Yeah. And then you were here. I love it.
It's my go-to deck. Like since I bought it, I use it like for everything. It's my favorite. And I have so many Oracle card decks, and I like never use them. Alrighty. Yeah. We'll let a couple more comments come in. Oh yeah.
Yeah, one
Angels.
from the beginning of the session. Angel, yeah.
Right. I'll have to scroll the whole way up there. Okay, let me go. I'll read for you. I'll pull some cards for you. Let me find your comment. Alrighty. So I'll post up here. Angel, tuning in to healing energy and wisdom. Can I ask about someone named Robert? And if you can help me understand the dynamic and what you see coming up for us. Okay, so Angel and Robert. What's the dynamic? So I feel like there is would you understand when I say, let me scroll down to the bottom so if you do reply that I can see that. would you understand there being like some type of confusion with like the way that things are when it comes to, like, I don't feel like you have like an actual, like a set relationship. Like there's no titles, like there's not like boyfriend and girlfriend or anything like that. Would you understand that? This feels, I'll wait for you to respond in the comments. But I'll keep feeling into it. Okay, you said yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely feeling like this confusion and stuff when it comes to like the communication. It's almost like, so like, what is it? Like, what are your feelings here type of energy? Let me see what the cards have to say. All right, so we have rest and rejuvenate. I'll show you the cards in a minute. Let me get a clarifier card. What's that mean? Rest and rejuvenate for Angel and Robert. What's their dynamic? What's their dynamic? So we have rest and rejuvenate, and oh, cool. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we have memories of love. The first card that came out was rest and rejuvenate, and the other one is recognition and reward. All right. So when I feel into this, when it comes to rest and rejuvenate, and also like with recognition and reward, I feel like these kind of go hand in hand. I almost feel like he doesn't know where you stand, so he's not going to necessarily, like, you know, he doesn't want to ruin like whatever relationship that you guys have. So I feel like he's holding back on saying the things that he wants to say. The rest and rejuvenate. Sometimes I get cards that like take me for a loop because I'm just like, But I feel like he's almost waiting for you. Like the recognition half is like he's waiting. Not that you have to do anything, but like I feel like he needs, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like he needs to know that it's okay to like open up. The memories of love card is making me think that like there are memories that like, you know, that is very much cherished between the both of you. When I go back to the rest and rejuvenate card, this almost makes me feel like, you know, not to overthink things, but almost to pause and reflect on the relationship. Where do you like almost instead of like kind of like over analyzing it, it's almost like looking at it from like taking a step back and like looking at it from like an outsider's perspective, and then asking yourself, okay, like, you know, what's the right way that I should like go about this? Or what could I say to like open up so there's clear communication between the both of us? Because I feel like with this memory of love, I don't know how long this relationship goes back. But this kind of like nostalgic energy, if that makes sense. But when it comes to the dynamic though, I feel like there just needs to be more clear communication that it's okay for like the both of you to open up to really understand that dynamic, if that makes sense. So let me know if that makes sense. And I'll wait for your comment then, but we'll go ahead and pass it to you, Jess.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll up. I'm drawn to Kelsey. So Kelsey, I'm going to connect with your energy real quick. All right, Kelsey. So I got 2 cards for you. So I can't see my own picture. So I got Fog, and I also got Healer.
Ooh.
So let me sit with this real quick. So for me, I feel like this is a situation where you kind of are the fixer. You tend to fix things for everybody else. You tend to lead the way, help other people get things together. But I feel like this really puts a major drain and strain on you. So I really need to remind you to take that time to look after yourself, and also letting other people be responsible for taking care of themselves is not you being mean. People can take care of themselves. You know, you don't need to be the fixer for everybody else. Sometimes that's actually getting in the way of their own path, that they're supposed to learn these lessons on their journey. So I really feel like I need to tell you to kind of take a step back and sort of detach from the situation a little bit, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Because as much as we want to help other people, they need to do it for themselves also. It's like that. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It's that type of situation that they're making me feel. Let me know if that resonates. And I think I'm going to leave it at that because I need to jump off in just a few minutes to go to a family dinner. So I'm going to pass it to Heather.
Amelia, will my spirituality grow into some specific area to help others? Thank you. What I got intuitively, and I'm going to pull a card in a second, but what I got intuitively there is I just want you to know that like your energy alone shifts things. So I feel like you don't have to do anything in particular. I feel like just you being you and being around people, I feel like you uplift everyone that you're around. You just have this like high vibrational energy. So I just want you to know, I feel like, not that it comes through with like you not thinking you're enough, but I feel like you don't sometimes realize the impact that you have on people and what you really, you know, what your vibration really brings to the table. I feel like you just walking into a room just totally shifts everything. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity coming in for you shortly. And also too, I feel like there's also a message here about like not spreading yourself too thin. I feel like, give me a second here. I feel like there's a lot of choices. I feel like there's so many things that you want to do, but I feel like Spirit's really giving me here, like focus on one thing. And it could actually be the thing that you're scared of most. Because you had base chakra come up with darkest fears. So I feel like I feel like you have multiple options. I feel like you should go for the one that scares you the most, because I feel like that's going to make you grow the most. I hope that resonates and makes sense.
I think the comments are coming in
delayed?
slow. Yeah, I think so. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, why is this taking so long?
I know, I don't like that. I'm so used to like the immediate feedback. This is the first time I've ever done a live. So for me, this is very different.
Yeah. Amelia, we're on intuitive and psychic readings right now.
Yes.
But all right. Who did you?
I think she was reading for Amelia.
I was.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Okay. She says, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Jess, did you want to go one more time before you hop off?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do that. Let me do for Latarsha. All right, Latarsha, you got the relax card. I feel like you need to do some much needed relaxation and rest and just really recenter yourself. Yeah, I feel like there's just been some stress. So just take care of yourself, slow down, just maybe take a nice hot salt bath, or, maybe have a glass of wine, just do whatever makes you feel good. It's not selfish to do things for yourself. I feel like that's an important, sentence that I need to say to you, because I feel like you overextend also. Definitely stress. Okay. Health is declining. Yeah. So that stress, the more we take care of ourselves, the better that we can be there for other people also. So that's a very big, reminder with that. And I'm sorry that you guys are going through that. That's a really tough one. My great grandmother had Parkinson's also. You are not selfish. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. It gives your spirit just the extra strength that you need to get through this time, because you are going through such a hard time. So spirit, it's straight from spirit. Take care of yourself. Slow down, do a little something for yourself. It doesn't need to even be some huge extravagant thing. It's just something where you're reminding yourself that you also matter in this moment. So give a little bit to yourself. So I'm wishing you all the love, and I'm sorry for what you're going through.
That was a good reading, Jess. Thank you. I'm happy that I let you go, because I just had a coughing fit. I knew this was going to happen.
Oh, no.
So my intuition was like, just let her go. Let her do it. Oh my gosh. I didn't think it was going to happen. Like, I thought I was good for the rest of the live.
You made it to the end.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Yay.
Do you want me? I can go if you want. I've got like this burning message I need to give to Debbie Ramiro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead, and then I'll take the last one.
All right. Debbie, are you there? I hope you are, because this message is for you. So you had 2 cards come out, Debbie. Hopefully you can see that power. And this card came out twice. I was playing with the cards, and I was thinking about you, and then I put it back in. It came back out. I was like, okay. I love when that happens. And then you had purification. Sorry, I know my camera is not the greatest. This for me is all about taking your power back. In this card, we've got a dragon, and I think it's a lady laying there with a ball of energy. And I when I tap into this dragon power, it really is about taking back our power from everyone. I feel like it's just been siphoned off. And I do also feel with the purification card that there does need to be a cleansing of the energy field. So just make sure, I don't know if you work in a high stress job, but that's kind of how that comes in. I don't know if you work in healthcare, but it kind of gives me that vibe. Some type of job where I feel like you're always around people. There's a lot of energy. It can be very draining. So just make sure that you are clearing your energy field, and make sure you're calling your power back and cleansing it before I feel like reintegrating it. But I feel like you've kind of given your power away here, and Spirit's message is really just to stand true in your authenticity, what is true to you, and not letting the opinions of other people determine how you proceed forward, but also to standing in your own power and really acknowledging the fact that you are a divine being of spirit, and that you really can take control and you really can change things and shift things, but it starts with you. I feel like there's a message here about you know, maybe not being able to shift things so much in the external, but I feel like the shift really needs to come from within you. And really standing in that power and not allowing anything to shake you. I hope that makes sense, Deb. You still there? If you can, post a comment.
Might have popped off.
Oh, no. Okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
Angel from YouTube. I know there's two angels. I have an angel on Facebook and an angel on YouTube. So Angel on YouTube, I saw that you commented after I was done. So you said, I understand we had a long history but broke up and now I just feel him energetically all the time. And then you said, the more, let me just post it here. The more I want to move on, the more he shows up in dreams. LOL. I feel like after I like read that and then I'm like looking at the cards, I was thinking like, holy crap, when I was getting stuck on like rest and rejuvenation, it meant like literal rest, like literal sleep. I was like, it didn't click with me. But yeah, I feel like when it comes, like just going back to that real quick, when it comes to like the recognition and stuff, like with the memories of love and that being like a nostalgic thing and like still having him in your energy, the fact that he's showing up in dreams too, that could be like subconsciously, I feel like saying that like you guys are going to end up connecting. It might not be like an actual like you sending a text message, maybe he does, but like even like running across each other, like, you know, out and about or something, and like starting up communication. I feel like there's always a reason. If you're seeing someone repeatedly in dreams and all of that, like there's always a reason to it. It's how the psychic, like dreams is a form of clairvoyance. So there's usually reasons between that. Write down your dreams if you don't already dream journal. But all right, let me go down here. I did see a comment in here earlier. Where did it go? Sheila, what direction do I need to take with my career? Are you still here, Sheila? I'll wait just a little bit, but I'll go ahead and I'll pull some cards. All right, what does Sheila need to know about the direction of her career? The direction of her career. And is Sheila one of your friends on Facebook, or is Heather? Is that you? Heather, are you frozen? What are you doing?
Am I frozen?
No, you're there now. You just like really like paused. Oh, okay, Sheila. All right. I was gonna say, because if she wasn't there, I was gonna let one of the girls tag you. But after we were done. But okay, so you're still here. So what do you need to know about the direction of your career? What does Sheila need to know about the direction of her career? So we got conflict and defeat. So I feel like, oh, wow. Okay. Are you not happy with your current career right now? Where it feels like, I feel like you, I'll wait for your comment in there though, but it just feels like with the conflict and defeat card and stuff, like this is the number 5, like that represents like not just conflict, but like kind of like that energy that's kind of like up in the air and like things just aren't really like just working out. You said no. Okay. All right. Conflict and defeat. What is that? Let me see if I can get a clarifier card. The other card that came out was choose wisely. What does oh, there's one that
Fell on the floor.
Yeah. All right. And then we got material harvest that came out. So, I mean, ultimately, I feel like that's good. But with conflict and defeat, okay, this might, okay, so since it's not that like you're not happy, that you aren't not happy with your career, so you do like your career, With the conflict and defeat, it makes me feel like it's just like the conflicting feelings, and with the choose wisely, that there's like possibly a decision that you have coming up that you're going to have to make, and this is just telling you to choose wisely. I feel like on and I know that you already asked about the direction of your career and stuff, and I feel like when it has like choose wisely, this is giving you so many options to look at. And as I was talking to like Angel previously, I said about like, just taking that step back and reflecting. You said things aren't working out. Okay. Taking the step back and reflecting, ask yourself like what, and now this is coming to my mind too. Things aren't working out. I always feel like when that happens and stuff, and it's like, it's not that you're unhappy or anything like that, but sometimes spirit like has us like, it's not working out for a reason. Even if we truly want this and we're like, this is what I want, there's no other way, like this is going to happen. And I admit, I even get into that mindset too, where I'm like, I want something so bad, and then like things just don't pan out the way that I want them to, or that I envisioned. I always feel like that's because spirit has a bigger plan for you, a bigger picture. When I think of choose wisely, this is really kind of bringing me in, especially with the water in this card, is really bringing me into the intuition half of it, to take a step back and like really reflect on your job. Okay, like what's not working? Ask your guides, like, why is this not working? And like see if they can give you that information, whether, no matter how that it'll come up, like even if you're not I would say a person that like technically like connects with like your guides or God, whatever you resonate with, but they're going to give you the message in the signs some way, shape, or form in your life, in a way that you'll be able to understand and point you in the right direction to the choice that you have to make within your career. I feel like if you give it a little bit of time, I feel like it's going to become a little bit more clearer. But the material harvest card is showing me that like things are going to work out. Like this is really positive for that one. This is the one that like flew out onto the ground, which I think is very significant. So I feel like even though like things aren't working out right now, don't get like too caught up. I know it's easy. It's so easy to get caught up in like, oh, like this isn't working, like, and just realizing that it is a temporary situation. Oh, we have comments. Yeah, let me know, Sheila, if that's making sense for you. But yeah, I feel like the material harvest is definitely a really good sign that things are going to work out in your favor. If you, like, spirits basically say like, hey, like, trust me, we got your back. Alrighty, let me check. You're welcome, Sheila. All right, we're about to close out now. I do want to get to, now I know YouTube doesn't really actually like put the person's name down, so I want to just go to like this comment right here. Hi, I wanted to know if my parents are okay with the direction that I'm going on, or which direction should I go? What direction do you want to go on?
Good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say, because I feel like that a lot, where we get into our minds where we're just like, well, what does someone else want me to do? Would they be happy? And it's like, it's come down to like this is your life. You're going to make your own decisions and stuff. It's not about making other people happy. Do what makes you happy in the long run.
Yes, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones living your life. You are.
Exactly. So you need to make it count for you. Don't do it for other people.
Yep.
That's like with what I do and stuff like that. I know that like, some people are kind of like, oh, like it's taboo, and they give you like the side eye, but I'm like, this is what makes me happy. I love doing this work. I love connecting with spirit. I love that it might be weird to other people, but it's not weird to me. I'll eat this up. I live, breathe, work, all that, sleep, psychic mediumship. Like that's everything for me. No, you don't know anymore. I feel like reflect on that. Here, I'll pull a card for you. I'll pull a card for you before we end things, okay? Alrighty. Oh, your mom just passed a few months ago. My condolences. I can say from a spirit standpoint, though, spirit is always going to, like, they're always going to be on your side. So it's like, there's always unconditional love that's coming from that. up above.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have the heart chakra card that came out. I'm going to get a clarifier card. You were their caregiver and your dad in 2021. Oh, okay, I get it. I would say that they're definitely not like looking down on you in like a judgmental way. I had more cards that flew out. I was going to pick one, but we have two.
Oh, that's good.
Alrighty. So we have deception and envy that came out, and then we have the hope card that came out, and then we have the heart chakra that came out. So these together, I feel like are really they're super positive. What I feel like with the heart, this is getting like really clear with yourself and stuff. Like, I feel like you have to do a little bit of like self-healing here. But this just reminds me of a quote that I saw earlier today. I was on LinkedIn, and someone said something about like you have to go through the uncomfortableness of like kind of isolating yourself to really rediscover who you are. And I'm getting chills when I say that, but I feel like that's also like related to the heart chakra. I'm not like a specialty person on chakra work, so I can't really tell you exactly like how to heal the heart chakra. Heather, if you want to take over, or Jess. But this is like really like that area of like self-love and stuff. So doing the things where you can like show yourself self-love. But I feel like the biggest part for you right now is that self-reflection half, and like that kind of like, I don't want to say isolate yourself in like a depressing, like dark way or anything like that, but spend more time with yourself. Really try to figure out where, like, you know, where's that light? Like, where's your heart going? Like, you know, what really lightens up your day when you think about it. This also reminds me of like inner child work too. There's a lot of things where I think of like, you know, looking back at it with my inner child and stuff like that, the things that like used to brighten me up and stuff is like stuff that I'm into like now. And of course it's like, you know, I turn that into like a career. That's a story for another day. But the hope card and stuff like that, it's feeling like, and I feel like hope in the heart chakra card, like this goes hand in hand. But with the light that this person's holding here, it's almost making me feel like it's like follow your light. Like you already like see it, but maybe you're not recognizing it at the moment. My coughs are going to start up again, I swear. The deception and envy. You said you're currently isolating yourself. The deception and envy card, I feel like this isn't necessarily deception and envy coming from other people. I feel like this is like your own, I feel like this is more internal. Not the envy part, but I feel like the deception part of like, maybe like you feel like you're like deceiving yourself. Maybe you feel like you don't actually know what you want. And I mean, that's okay. That's like 100% fine if you're not like there yet. Again, there's a lot of green in this card. Again, this is going back to like the heart chakra. So I feel like that's a really big area for you to be focusing on and healing. But ultimately, like with that isolation that you're doing and stuff, this is going to be a great time for self-reflection, seeing what direction you want to go. And again, just know that your mom and dad on the other side are going to support you no matter what. All right. It's different. Like that life that they lived like here in the living and stuff is different than what they see up there. Like they can be your biggest supporters. So I'm sending you love. Okay. But all right.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Alrighty. So if we want to do you still want to do the closing Reiki?
I actually do have to hop off.
You have to hop off? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if
That's
Heather.
no problem.
I'm gonna be honest. I have to meet some people, so I'm gonna hop off too.
We got a
Alrighty.
skedaddle.
Friday night.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm happy that it's a really awesome evening that we had, and I'm happy that we did the Reiki in the beginning. So for those of you who are watching this, are going to be watching the replay. Well, I shouldn't say watching the replay, because obviously if you watch the replay, you'd find this part. But if you do rewatch this, we did a collective message in the beginning, and then Jess and Heather did some Reiki for extra healing. Before we got into the mediumship readings, we did have 4 unclaimed spirits come through. So if you want to rewatch that half and see if any of that information resonates with you, you can go ahead and comment, #replay, let us know what's resonating with you. So we'd really appreciate that. Also, go ahead and check out our links that are up in the description. We have all of our Black Friday deals and sales going on right now. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you so much for spending the past hour and 47 minutes with us.
My gosh, it flew by. That's so
I
crazy.
know it did.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you everybody for hanging out.
All right. All right. Bye-bye. Sending love.